These efforts are on all fronts. They're trying to come up with a vaccine against Zika, and they're also trying to get more places that can do a test for Zika, because right now you have to send blood to the CDC to be tested, or maybe a handful of other places. And speaking of blood, take a look at these photos. This is Dr. Scott Weaver at the Galveston National Laboratory in Texas, and he is feeding mosquitoes sheep blood that has been spiked with Zika. He and his team will then study the mosquitoes, see how they digest it, see how quickly the mosquitoes themselves become infectious. And this is really important, Carol, because mosquitoes are what spread Zika virus. The mosquito bites an infected person and then turns around and bites another person, and then that person becomes infected. So studying these mosquitoes, as sort of yicky as it looks, is really key to controlling this virus.
So how do you stop those infected mosquitoes from coming into the United States?
Right. Well, it's actually not so much that they're coming into the United States. That's not as much the issue. It's that infected people are coming into the United States from Brazil and other places, and then the mosquito bites those people and then bites someone else nearby. And so what you can do to stop that is that you try to catch as many infected people as you can, and then you try to control it that way. So, for example, if you know that someone has Zika, these mosquitoes love to live in houses, so you can spray that person's house. You can take those kinds of measures in order to try to slow the spread of the disease.
So just the last question, because it sounds very scary. How afraid should we be?
You know, Carol, every expert I talked to said that they really, truly do not think that Zika will be nearly as bad in this country, in the United States, as it has been in Brazil. And here's why. It's a lot hotter in Brazil, and these mosquitoes, they love the heat. And even in places like Texas and Florida, there's a lot of air conditioning. These mosquitoes do not like air conditioning. There are all sorts of other reasons. We're much better at mosquito control in the United States than they are in Brazil. This is what the experts tell me. And also, people tend to live further apart in the United States. It's not so densely populated. That means the mosquitoes have farther to go. I know that sounds odd. Of course, they can fly, but the farther apart the people are, the slower the spread of the disease. So they think, will it spread in this country? Probably. You probably will see some spread, but they think it will be very limited.